Hi, I'm Billy Berghammer from G4TV.com, and we are very blessed today to be with a very good friend of G4TV, Dr. Ray from Bioware. How's it going?
Excellent. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
First off, you know, the big announcement that happened this week, you guys working with Mythic. Now, can you explain more of what that whole announcement is, and what does that do for you as your role?
Sure. I mean, basically, it's a partnership between Mythic and the Bioware studios. You know, they continue on really strong, and they got great teams in Mythic, and we got great teams at Bioware. So I'm incredibly excited to be able to work with such innovative and you know, important teams at Electronic Arts, and it's really bringing together some of the best of breed RPG and MMO teams in the industry, and get to work with them, and I'm really excited about it.
So now, do you play Warhammer, and what does this mean for the future of Warhammer?
Yeah, I do play Warhammer. It's a great game, and we're not making any new announcements today about the future of the franchise. But I can say that I spent a couple of days out in Virginia this week, and I'm really impressed with the team there. And you know, the game is great, and there's lots of cool stuff coming in the future. So it's definitely an important product for Electronic Arts.
So how much does that mean? Are you going to be overseeing how the whole Warhammer game moves in the future?
Well, basically what's been formed is a role-playing game MMO group, and I'm the group general manager. So Rob Denton's the general manager at Mythic, and he reports into me, and the Bioware studios continue to report into me as well. And I get to work with a great team at Mythic, and I'm really excited about it.
So what's Paul Barnett's role going to be then, moving forward?
Paul Barnett? Well, he's the creative director at Mythic.
Okay. And that's going to continue on moving forward then?
Oh, yeah, great guy.
Awesome. Any chance that you guys would like to see like a Mythic Bioware co-developed game in the future?
Well, we have nothing to announce on that front now, but I can say that one thing that's going to definitely happen is a lot of collaboration, a lot of partnership, a lot of discussion between the teams, and you know, it's already been happening, and I think it's going to really fuel that and enhance it and make it even more frequent. So I'm excited about that, and the teams at Bioware are excited, and so are the team at Mythic.
So now it's relatively new that Bioware is part of the EA team. You know, you've gone through 2 E3s so far. How's that relationship been?
You know, it's fantastic. It's always a learning experience, I think, when you join a new company, to kind of learn the processes and learn more about the people and how everything works. But I'm more excited now than ever, I can honestly say, to work at EA, and you know, Bioware's doing great. We're having a great time working with EA. You know, the folks at EA have treated us extremely well. We're part of the team now. It's fun to be part of a publisher, to have more direct contact with the fans. It's fun to have partners within other studios that you can talk to, and a really close partner now with Mythic, of course. But all the other studios at EA we talk a lot with as well, and get to share best practices and tools and technology, and just have ideas. And it's just fun to be able to go to a trade show and be able to see people that are on your team, that are your friends and partners, and just be able to talk about what your challenges are, and work together to solve them.
I'm curious, how big are you guys now? I mean, you guys really seem to expand quite a bit.
Yeah, well, we have a bunch of teams. You know, again, it's a great honor for me to work with so many great people at both Bioware and Mythic. And we have, I manage 4 studios now. There's Bioware Edmonton, Bioware Austin, Bioware Montreal, and Mythic. And you know, they're all fantastic people, and they all do different things. And you know, the projects we have in development are pretty amazing. You know, it's a big honor to work on them all. Like you saw Dragon Age Origins today, of course, you know, coming for 360 and PS3 and PC October 20th this year, and North America October 23rd in Europe. We have Mass Effect 2, which is coming along really well. It's going to be for sometime early next year. We haven't announced a specific date yet, but it's coming along really well for 360 and PC. In Edmonton as well, we're doing some small games work on the iPhone. We just launched our first iPhone app, Mass Effect Galaxy, and boy, that's cool. It's a cool system to develop for. We also have some other stuff that super secret hasn't been announced yet in Edmonton, and Montreal is supporting the Edmonton studio, working on Mass Effect 2. Lots of cool stuff coming from Montreal in the future. Austin, of course, is doing Star Wars The Old Republic, big MMO in the Star Wars universe. LucasArts is our partner. Things are going really great there, so very excited about that product. And Mythic is doing some cool stuff. You know, the Dark Age of Camelot support, Ultima Online, and Warhammer Online. Lots of cool developments in the future from all the studios I get to work with.
So do you sleep? I mean, you have like 50 million different projects in development. I mean, do you clone yourself and then just send a bunch of you out and then like cover everything? I mean,
good news is
how do you keep it organized?
Well, we have great teams to work with. You know, there's strong leaders at every studio. There's strong exec producers who manage every project. I have great operational support from all the teams, and you know, they make every day fun. And you know, I get to be strategic. I get to play great games, which is for me is my passion. So you know, I couldn't think of a better job to have, honestly.
Now, speaking of Mass Effect, when Mass Effect came out, there was the big controversy about how sex is portrayed in games. Now, what did you learn from that and take forward with Mass Effect 2 and even with Dragon Age?
We'll see. Mass Effect, in terms of the relationships, you mean more so?
Yeah, but you know how CNN had the big scandal. This is a big sex game, whatever.
Fox, I think.
Or Fox, whatever. Yeah. The same. Anyway, well, kind of. But anyway, like, I mean, what did you take from that, and how do you portray those sort of relationship elements, moving forward?
Well, we're not shying away from anything. We've from playing our games in the past, we've always had relationships that could lead to friendship or romance or hostility or people betraying you or leaving your party. Those have always been part of a Bioware experience. And the narrative that we have in our games, the great digital actors that are really compelling characters that you believe are real and credible. And if anything, we're just enhancing that. We're just striving always to push the envelope and make each game better than the last, and higher quality fidelity of characters and an emotionally engaging narrative. And I see relationships and potentially relationships can lead to romance as part of that emotionally engaging narrative. The sort of part of the possibility space of the things you would expect to have happen when you're interacting with characters that are credible in a realistic, deep, rich world. And Dragon Age has it, Mass Effect 2 has it, most of the games Bioware has, and probably Mythic in the future will have it too. So it's an exciting thing to work on, that to have characters that make you feel something. And the emotion is really the key. That's what I'm talking about, is really all of our games have that emotional depth, and they make you feel something at the end of the day.
Actually, looking at the trailers that you showed at E3, you had Marilyn Manson music. You seem to be, instead of shying away from the violence and some of the relationship, sexual things, like you seem to be like, here, we're still doing it. We're not afraid of it.
Very much.
How involved with the trailer process are you guys, with putting together things and saying, okay, this is what we want to show, this is what we want to portray?
Well, I mean, the teams that build the marketing assets and all the PR and that, they're part of my team as well. So they're all embedded in the group, in the studios. So Bioware has dedicated PR and marketing people. So does Mythic, and they're great people, really talented. And with Dragon Age, the marketing you saw, I think if anything, we're just trying to make sure that everybody knows about what a great game this is. The mass market is going to find this game compelling and exciting and accessible. And our core fans, the fans that have been with Bioware for years, they're going to love it. This is a deep, rich fantasy experience. It's dark, heroic fantasy. It's kind of like the reinvention of fantasy, is the way we're looking at it.
Now, you're building, I mean, Dragon Age looks great. We just saw the demo. I think it looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. But now, you're saying it's a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate. Now, Baldur's Gate came out years and years ago, and now you have a new generation of gamers. How are you, trying to get that game in front of people, and, to the new crowd that isn't used to the Baldur's Gate? They might have played KOTOR or Jade Empire, but they're not used to this kind of game. How are you presenting that to them?
Well, it started, I think the vision, the core vision is, we describe sometimes as the spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate, and it's definitely true. We've achieved that, and we've exceeded that. So I'm really proud of the team, because they've done that and so much more. It's more than just a game. It's more like a franchise. It's a platform with a ton of post-release downloadable content. It's going to be available for purchase post-release. We're releasing tools so the fans can make content as well. It's obviously in 3D. You get to change the view perspective, go behind the shoulder, go top down, so you can play it isometric or behind the shoulder. It's really accessible on console and PC, and really deep and rich. So it's more like, when we say spiritual successor, it's more like this, the feeling it makes you have when you play it. Is that there? But all the bells and whistles, the high-res graphics, the beautiful spell effects, the rich world to explore that you can play for a long, long time. Really high quality, really high value for money. It's all there.
So